San Francisco is a city in constant motion, and when you see it, you should be too. A place this diverse has so many transportation and sightseeing options. If you take my suggestions, few travelers will know and experience the city in the wide and varied way you will. My 3 days in the city by the bay were all about unique ways to move about and see this world-class metropolis. Sailing under the Golden Gate Bridge on an America's Cup yacht, easily powering up hills to breathtaking vantage points on an electric bike, riding every iconic cable car I could find, and making all my plane spotting dreams come true at SFO, San Francisco's International Airport. For transportation geeks, everyday ways to move about this city abound. Besides the aforementioned cable cars, there are streetcars, BART trains, light rail trains, trolley buses, and of course, from the home of ride-sharing options, Uber and Lyft. But enough of that. Let's get you on the America's Cup yacht. When I found this online, I couldn't believe just anyone could do it. But anyone can, and I'll give it away now. It's one of the top thrills I've ever had. It's spectacular in every way. On day one in San Francisco, an overcast morning gave way to a beautiful afternoon. Including me, 14 people signed up for this adventure. The cost for the 3-hour journey was about $200. The meeting place is Gate B behind the aquarium at Pier 39, a San Francisco attraction you'll no doubt become way too familiar with. On this day, a bunch of obviously thrilled people walk through Gate B, heading to the farthest berth, the home of USA 76, the San Francisco challenger for the 2003 America's Cup. Everything about this adventure feels big and powerful. The mast is 11 stories tall. The Golden Gate is one of the world's most iconic landmarks. The beautiful and sometimes foreboding bay is home to Alcatraz. And stepping onto this boat, I entered a world I knew precious little about. A few hours later, thanks to a friendly and informative 4-person crew, I'd strut away like I was king of the world.
Hard on, go.
Getting to that point was a heck of a lot of fun.
Faster.
Passing the ultralight wheel around was just the start.
Now you can do it one-handed.
Almost immediately, there are opportunities to participate, filling active crew roles, spinning the coffee grinders to trim the sails,
How was it? It was an experience.
or even taking the helm. Heading toward the bridge, passing an America's Cup buoy, my foot rose off the deck and I reach for the railing as the boat starts to heel or lean to the side.
You get a chance to drive?
No, I want to. No?
Yeah. God.
My turn behind the wheel was well timed and came as we neared the Golden Gate. Feeling the strength of the water, wind, and sail as the crew starts to go from vertical to horizontal in front of me was appropriately overwhelming. That's when the video goes black. Unfortunately, it means evidence of my heroic battle against wind and wave is lost to time. But trust me, it got intense as we shot under the bridge like a lightning strike. Grinning from ear to ear, I tried to take it all in. What an absolute thrill. As we made our way out to the Pacific, I gave up the wheel, sat back and watched as our increasingly skilled passenger crew helped turn the boat back to the bridge. Compared to the journey out, the sail back was calm and easy. I took a good, long look up as we sailed under the Golden Gate. You could feel a collective sense of accomplishment on board. We were all able to do what we wanted, to sail under the Golden Gate on an America's Cup yacht. The journey back was stress-free, a time to take in the sights. Alcatraz, the city's skyline, what appeared to be Roger Rabbit's boat, the mighty bay itself.
All the way?
When you go to San Francisco, do this. I have a feeling it will be a memory that stays with you long after you leave. To learn more or to book this thrilling day on the bay, go to acsailingsf.com. The scenery is spectacular, the crew fun to be with, and although you don't know it yet, this is a bucket list adventure not to be missed. Back on land, I quickly grabbed an Uber to Ocean Beach, making it just in time to catch sunset. What a wonderful way to end a day that was all about wind and water. Day 2, and another first for me, riding an electric bike, and through the streets of San Francisco, no less. After a bit of online research, one name kept coming up, Dandy Horse SF Bike Tours. A 4-hour tour is about $100. I'd soon realize it'd be a bargain at more than twice the price. So what I got was an 18-mile, unparalleled view of one of the world's most beautiful and history-filled cities, thanks to the cycling skill and storytelling enthusiasm of Nick, the guide. Easily flying up and over hills to sites I'd never be able to reach on a new, rugged e-bike was a thrill. Cycling across the Golden Gate Bridge, through the Presidio, Golden Gate Park, and in and out of busy intersections and quiet neighborhood crossings gave me confidence I didn't expect to have. It took me a minute to get used to the power of an electric bike. It's a different ride. By the end of our tour, I felt pretty proficient. Nick's expertise, his knowledge of the bikes, his skill leading me, and his familiarity with every street and intersection left me worry-free. And thanks to headsets, I didn't miss any sightseeing detail. Nick explains where we are, where we're going, and what we're seeing every pedal of the way. This e-bike tour included a few stops. At Alamo Square, to see the Painted Ladies. At Bob's, a well-known donut shop, whose good eats fueled our morning ride. At the D. Young Museum, for an aerial view of the city. At a viewpoint at the Presidio overlooking the mouth of the bay. At a stop midway across the Golden Gate Bridge offering a spectacular look at the action below and the city beyond. At Torpedo Wharf for a bay-level view of the bridge. And a stop to enjoy sandwiches we ordered that morning from a grocer along the way. This ride is so good that, like the America's Cup yacht, you can't believe you get to do it.
Perfect way to spend the day.
Good. Thanks, man.
Nick's Dandy Horse Bike Tour is a thrill not to be missed. To learn more or to book San Francisco's ultimate e-bike ride, go to sfbiketours.com. Day 3, a real San Francisco treat. Cable cars, not to be confused with the city's historic streetcars, which are fun to ride too. No experience is more uniquely San Francisco than a cable car ride, or mini rides as the case may be. 1, 3, or 7-day visitor passports are available to buy on the Muni mobile app. They include unlimited rides on Muni buses, light rail, streetcars, and cable cars. Single-ride cable car tickets are $8, so passports make sense if you plan to really enjoy and explore cable car routes. These cars were invented for San Francisco nearly 150 years ago. They're pulled along streets and up hills by cables running just beneath the streets. On a quiet street, you can even hear the cables move just below the surface. There are 3 cable car lines. 2 start at the intersection of Powell and Market Streets and end at Fisherman's Wharf. And another starts at California and Market and continues to Van Ness Avenue. There are turntables at the end of the routes where the cable cars are turned around. The one at Powell and Market is a popular spot to start a cable car journey. It's a bit of a transportation hub where BART, Muni trains, trolley buses, streetcars, and cable cars all come together. But you can hop on a cable car along any route. Just look for a brown and white cable car signpost. There are seats inside, seats outside, and poles if you want to hang on to the side. And who doesn't? After a few rides, you'll be a pro. Just get a Muni travel passport and go. Each cable car is operated by a 2-person crew. The aptly named grip drives the car, controlling the lever that grips the cable, starting or stopping the car, coasting over intersecting lines, and maintaining clearance from other traffic. The conductor collects fares, manages crowding, and controls the rear wheel brakes on some hills. There's a cable car museum at the intersection of Washington and Mason Streets. Hop off to learn more about this fascinating mode of transportation. The museum isn't always open, so plan your visit. Today, cable cars are primarily used by tourists and offer striking views of the city. The Powell Hyde cable car stops at the top of Lombard Street, perhaps the crookedest and most photographed street in the world, thanks to 8 hairpin turns created in 1922 to help early cars make it up and down the steep hill. Hop off and explore the street from top to bottom. Once done, just catch a cable car in either direction. My morning was all about cable cars. My afternoon and night were about airplanes. I Ubered to SFO, the airport.
Look at them, they're just taxiing out here.
For a plane spotter, it offers so much. A sky terrace, an aviation museum, and an on-site hotel. I've always wanted to stay at a hotel located inside an airport. There aren't a lot of them, but San Francisco has one of the best, the Grand Hyatt at SFO. This $237 million, 351-room, 12-story hotel opened in the latter half of 2019. It has everything you'd expect from a luxury airport hotel. The air train, which serves all SFO terminals, parking garages, and the barge station, also serves the Grand Hyatt. From the moment you get off the train, you know it's a special place. The first lobby you encounter shows they're serious about the word grand. Right around the corner, an arrivals and departures board is the first thing you see. As you make your way in, the building opens up even more. The view from the expansive 2-story atrium gives you a first look at the airport. On the lower level is the Quail and Crane restaurant. The room I booked was a king with a runway view. The side of the international terminal and the rest of the airport beyond was what I came for. A plane spotting guide and binoculars awaiting me in the room were the perfect touch. Large TV, spacious bath, and extremely comfortable bed were what you would expect from a luxury hotel. The sky-high cost was a little under $400 for a night, more than I ever pay for a room. But this was a long sought-after, one-time treat. Before I could enjoy the room, there were planes elsewhere I needed to see. A short air train journey brought me to Terminal 2, home of SFO's Sky Terrace. It's a great vantage point, located atop the terminal, at the intersection of all 4 runways, offering an amazing 180-degree view of the airfield. The Sky Terrace elevator is outside the security area in Terminal 2. It's open to the public. There's no cost to enter, and you don't need a ticket or boarding pass. Once up top, you do have to undergo a brief security check before heading outside. The Sky Terrace is only open Friday through Monday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. As you plan your visit, make sure you verify that days and times haven't changed. The day I was there, winds were clocked at 55 miles per hour.
Very nice. Very windy.
That and a bit of typical San Francisco chill in the air made my time outside all the more special. But this place was as cool as I'd hoped it would be in every other way. From the Sky Terrace, I made my way to the SFO Museum. It's located on the departures level of the International Terminal Main Hall. And just like the Sky Terrace, it's outside the screening area, no airline ticket required, and it's free to enter. But it is open daily, from 10 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Its 11,000 square foot interior space is an architectural take on the airport's own 1937 lobby. Museum exhibits can also be found in all 4 SFO terminals. After a good slow walk around, soaking up a time gone by, I wonder why other airports don't have museums like this, too.
Approaching Grand Hyatt at SFO.
I caught the air train back to the Grand Hyatt for a night of high-priced plane spotting. And yes, staying at a hotel inside an airport is that good. From my room through security in 15 minutes. So there you have it, 3 jam-packed days exploring the city by the bay in some unconventional ways. If you're a transportation geek like me, or just trying to go against the crowd whenever you can, I hope this inspires your own San Francisco journeys. Check out my channel, Newsocracy, for more travel inspiration. I'm Jim Albritton. Thanks for watching.